I am not black. I mean, that's what the world calls me, but it's not me.
I think I've seen like other videos by this guy.
I didn't come out of my mother's womb saying, hey everybody, I'm black. No, I was taught to be black. And you were taught to call me that, along with whatever you call yourself.
Is the idea like, I'm just a person? Don't label me?
It's just a label. See, from birth, the world force feeds us these labels.
Oh, wow.
And eventually, we all swallow them.
That's
we
right.
digest and accept the labels.
Everything is
Never,
based on a
ever
label, no
doubted
matter
them.
like what.
But who we truly are is not skin deep. Listen, I'm not here to tell you how
This is very cool.
genetically we're all mixed and race
Right.
in the human species doesn't exist, or how every historian knows that race was invented in the 15th century.
I love seeing all the different people.
Each other, and it has worked perfectly. No, I just want to ask one question. Who would you be if the world never gave you a label?
Dude, I'd be Alex.
Box to check. Would you
Who
be
can check
white,
just one box?
black, Mexican, Asian, Native
pretty
American, Middle
deep.
Eastern, Indian? No. We would be one. We would be
Hell
together.
yeah.
We would be one.
That's
we
right.
would be together.
Together.
No longer living in
I
the
love this.
era of calling human beings black people or white people. These labels that will forever blind us from seeing a person for who they are.
Got chills. This dude's amazing.
Judgmental, but instead seeing them through the judgmental, prejudicial, artificial
like the hope
filters
behind
of who
it.
we think they are. Where there is division, there will be conflict, and conflict starts wars. Therefore, every war
That's
is started
right.
over
Every
labels.
war is
It's
over a
always
label,
us versus them.
150,000%.
So the answer to war, racism, sexism, and every other ism is so simple that every politician has missed it. It's the labels. We must rip them off. Isn't it funny how no baby is born racist,
No.
yet every baby cries when they hear the cries of another?
It's gonna make me
No
cry.
matter the gender, culture, or color.
This is gonna make me cry now.
Deep down, we were meant to connect and care for each other. That is our mission. Please listen.
Amen, brother.
Distort our vision, which is why half of those watching this will dismiss it or feel resistance. and
This is so
conflicted. But
beautiful.
just remember,
How could you dismiss that?
human beings were not meant to be slapped with labels like groceries and supermarkets. DNA cannot be regulated by the FDA. We were meant to be free, and only until we remove them all and stop living and thinking so small will we be free to see ourselves and each other for who we
That's a beautiful image.
are.
Okay, guys, I need tissue.
It's a beautiful sentiment. I can't afford to be colorblind because people don't look at me that way. There's certain labels that I choose to identify with. I say that I'm Chicano. I say that I'm queer. I'm not afraid to say that I am those things because it's important.
So, what are your initial thoughts after watching this video?
It was beautiful. I love the message.
I think that it's really touching.
I like this because it advocates in favor of a unified world.
It was so emotional. Before kids are affected by family or society, no kid is looking at another kid and thinking like they look different.
It's the message we need exactly right now. This thing in our country about labeling, it makes me so angry.
This is a video by Prince E, who's a spoken word artist who's made content on topics ranging from politics to the environment. What do you think about him using his talents in this way?
I think it's great.
No one wants to hear speeches. If you put it in a poetic and almost like a song, you'll listen to it. It's kind of boring to watch a politician, so when you see a video of like someone younger and they're talking passionately about something they feel, I think that's really inspirational.
It's so memorable and it sticks with you. He's speaking to younger people, especially, I would say, through a way that they can connect in.
The words would have done it, but the way that he phrases it, and you start thinking about all these things and everything you've experienced and maybe even things that you've said in the past, and you're like, dude, I suck.
So many people use their talents to further themselves in their career and don't have much to say. People have grown up facing so much adversity, seeing so many horrible things, and they want somebody to be like speak on their behalf because not everybody has a platform.
What was the message that Prince E was trying to convey here?
Well, there was the labeling, cultural diversity,
just peace, world peace.
The message is about labels and social constructs.
Not label people anymore because it's silly, you know? We're all one.
Don't let labels make you short-sighted. See past that label and see the whole person.
We are the ones that put labels on each other. We don't come with labels. It's a great message. Is it realistic? No.
Have you yourself dealt with your race impacting any aspect of your life?
Oh yeah, many times. My whole life.
Not race, but I am Jewish, so I have definitely dealt with several situations of pretty extreme anti-Semitism.
When I was in grammar school, I had a friend who lived about 8 houses down, and her parents did not allow her to play with the Mexican kids that lived down the street, and that was me.
I've seen it, you know, myself, you know, moms clutching their child to their side when they see my son that's tall and brown. He will physically try to shrink himself down, and it's not because of anything he has done. It's all external.
They see me and you know, they look at my hair and you know, they kind of prejudge me, you know, a little bit, but like, you know, once they get past it, they see I'm just a regular person, you know, I'm not just a stereotype.
I'm Middle Eastern. I remember being in middle school and putting Asian because the Middle East is in Asia. And my teachers would be like, you're not Asian. And I'm like, okay, so what am I? You're telling me to check a box, but no box fits me.
Some have said about the video that focusing on the labels given to people ignores the systematic racial issues that do exist in the world, and having an open dialogue about the differences is the way to combat that versus telling people that the label shouldn't exist. What do you think about that thought?
I don't really get that criticism, honestly.
I don't think you can just completely forget about it because it's still there. I mean, yeah, I'd love to eliminate labels, but that just doesn't happen.
It's nice in this idealistic world where we don't have to see these labels, but that is not the case. People are so more covert with their racism.
You can't just do away with systematic racism. It's not that you don't see race, it's that you accept them as equals.
I don't think he's saying just throw it away. He's saying that if you think about it, it's really ridiculous. We can't just forget about it and act like it doesn't exist, but we can help do away with it by exposing the system for what it is.
As a country, we sometimes act as though we've moved beyond the issue of racism, that it was something from the past. As an adult living in the United States, do you see racism as the major issue of our time?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a major frustration of our time.
I think it's different. I don't know that it's worse, and I don't know that it's better, but it's just different.
Yeah, I do, especially like in the gay community as well. Things within the gay community, it's about the physical before who that person actually is.
It's all over. But through technology and our connections to different people that we weren't able to connect to 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it's slowly getting better.
It matters more so today because we're supposed to be so past that. We're supposed to be so evolved from that.
Finally, do you think the impact of videos and art created by people like Prince E and how it gets shared in social media does affect change for these issues?
Absolutely. I think that video will have an impact. It's not to be taken lightly. Media is powerful.
I think it's beautiful, and I think whether people are sharing it on YouTube or on Facebook, if it's gonna affect someone and make them think for a second, I think it's amazing.
Sharing it's nice, like just doing that, like a click of a button, that's easy. But talking about it, that's what's important.
Once you've shared that video, you have to like take what it said, absorb it, and apply it. The varying sides have to be willing to meet and talk about this. We need to work harder together.